Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm here with Team Rocket. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, my name's Kit, I play guitar and I sing.
My name's Rory, I play keyboard and Game Boy, and sing.
I'm Jordan and I play bass.
So guys, how was yourself downstairs?
Yeah, it was really fun. A bit of a technical nightmare on our part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just happens. Like, we use a lot of electronics and stuff, and sometimes it goes haywire. But other than that, really, really cool. And I think we've only ever played maybe one other gig for like an under 18 sort of vibe, and it sort of works for us, you know.
Yeah, so different.
Yeah, and it's really nice for people to dance. What do you guys find?
Yeah, it is great. As you said, we played, I think this is our third gig for like an underage crowd. And you're always like wondering how it's going to compare, because like, you know, the older crowds, like it's usually a little later and there's like serving alcohol and things. But a lot of the time you find like the underage ones are like having a lot more fun shows, or like a lot more like physical and a lot more interactive, and it's great, you know, because when you're getting that in the crowd, that kind of builds up energy on stage, and you kind of like feed off each other, and yeah, it's great.
It's kind of like, I think as well with the whole, like, our style of music, sometimes older crowds are like, kind of like, is this ironic? Or
Exactly.
Crowds are like this?
When you're like the first band playing at like the most hardcore punk show out there, and you're like, hey, this is a song called The Cat Islands, and like start, you're on stage with a Game Boy, it can be like a little bit intimidating, and then all the other bands come on, you know, and it's like a lot heavier stuff. But we haven't had any problems with it so far. That's like the one thing we have going for us, is that it's a really different sound, so a lot of the time it does stand out to people listening for the first time.
So how did the idea with the Game Boy and the visuals come about, or was it kind of just a natural thing?
Well, there's a lot of artists that they make chiptune music, and it's just the Game Boy, and like, as you can imagine, that's not the most exciting thing to watch on stage. It's just a grown man with a child's toy dancing on stage. So what it's kind of built up with is that they do like an audio-visual performance. So the visuals are as much a part of the show as, you know, the music is. We definitely took inspiration from them and tried to, because I mean, we do the live band aspect of it, but then we also wanted to incorporate the live visuals. Because when a lot of the shows when we're playing, we use a smaller band. We don't always have drums, and sometimes we don't have bass, and it's just me and Kit. So to try and, you know, get that energy on stage, we use the visuals, and it really just livens the show up a bit.
So what would you say is your best live moment?
You're looking at me like I'm going to take another question here.
Alright. Well, we can go through it, I guess. For me, it's gotta be, we played at Academy 2 in Dublin towards the start of the year. It was a really last minute thing. Like, we went from not having any shows planned all year to then like being told kind of like, yeah, you're going to support Hannah Maniguchi on their Irish dates in 24 hours time, less in fact. So we pulled that one together. And anyway, we played a great show. That was one of the under 18 shows. Played that in Dublin, and it was just, you know, I don't know, whenever you're playing like small shows like we do, and then once you just get that first step to the like bigger stage, more professional, and you know, you're being treated like actual musicians, and there's a good crowd.
Yeah, it was a whole just confliction of worlds, because like 24 hours before the show we played with Hannah Maniguchi, I was in Cardiff, just like working on my dissertation in university, and then, you know, a day later we were like playing on stage with Hannah Maniguchi, and that was the first time after the show we had people like coming up and asking for like photos and autographs and things, and it was just a whole other world that we weren't used to. It was fantastic. It was such a great experience.
It just felt like an achievement, sort of. You know, just like, I remember saying to you that it was like the whole thing, like after a couple of days of doing it, it was like it happened so fast, it felt like a dream, and it just felt like an achievement of like that we actually pulled it off. So that was mine. What would you say for you?
That was mine too.
Stole it.
So yeah, just stole it.
Cool. What would you say?
I feel like I have to go with that one now.
Okay.
Just
in the party.
full circle.
Yeah.
Circle.
Yeah, that's
I don't
it.
want to speak like
So that was the highlight, and it's all downhill from there.
So what might be?
Oh, low lights.
I don't know.
There definitely been low lights.
Earlier today was pretty high pressure.
There's
Yeah.
so many aspects of our performance that if one of them goes like the tiniest bit wrong, it can just like fall apart. We had the first time we played with drums, our drummer couldn't get any in-ears, so we couldn't hear like the monitors, and of course it was like hard to sync up the drums.
That was a little bit. I actually was getting to, we were supporting XSL for their album launch in Portrush, and getting to the venue, and you know, just classic, like the whole show's running like 3 hours late, and like, you know, we get there and soundman's like, you're not gonna get a sound check, is that okay? And like, I'm always just trying to be so nice, I'm just like, no. In no way is that okay.
Yeah, that's fine, like tears in the corners of your eyes.
So yeah, that's definitely the lie actually. Yeah. And the first time because it's as you said with the setup, we've really built it up. Like it started literally making music with just Game Boys.
Starts from the bottom, now we're here.
Exactly, 0 to 100. Real slow.
Jake knows what's going on, yeah.
So we built it up, and so the first time we played with visuals there over in, for some reason, we were playing a showcase over in Liverpool. It was really important to us. First show on the mainland, and we for some reason thought that it would be good to make that our first show with visuals. That was
in retrospect, that was a very dumb idea.
Very silly.
But we pulled it off.
So that was that.
So within the local scene, used to be quite unique. So who would you say you're influenced by or like within Northern Irish music?
Northern Irish music? Do you want to feel one?
I don't know about specific bands so much as just like collective kind of ethic people have here, where everybody is super willing to just cooperate with each other. It's really nice that that's the case, because I'd say sort of maybe Northern Ireland doesn't get the same sort of level of like publicity sort of pushing artists out there the same way that maybe mainland UK would. So it's nice that everybody's willing to sort of come together, and like at gigs, you know, everybody's always really friendly, like really willing to help you out with gear.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have an easy time, and likewise, say we would try to do our best to make sure people are not stressing out as well. So I feel like I kind of avoided the question there.
I know where you're coming from.
We really like, that was like a president's answer. You don't quite have an answer for it, so you just kind of like...
I'm quitting music, I'm going to politics.
Exactly. That's actually a larger question that we all have to address in ourselves.
Think of the children. Yeah. No, it's so true. Like I don't think we specifically looked at any local band. Like I don't really sound like any. But for sure, for me, like I used to play with the XSL guys a bit, and like that, like North Coast crew as well as the mix with the Belfast ones, and like the work ethic of bands like Inside Watch You is just like nearly internationally renowned, and that's just like, you know, just something to really strive for.
Yeah, being a North Coast band and not to be complete noise merchants. And it's kind of like you stop and look and be like, oh, that's different. Yeah, so
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, we're like, I mean, we've been going to gigs on the North Coast like since we were so young. We like the crowd we used to hang out with, you know, they absolutely love like all these local shows and things like that. So we've been kind of like born into it.
Maybe we're like, it's reaction and we're like sick of it. We're just like,
yeah.
by the age of 17, we needed pop.
We're like, the opposite of the equation. We're like the balance of like yin and yang.
So you're sort of the rebellious team of the North Coast.
Yeah.
Going against the maiden.
I guess,
Yeah, maybe.
That's something for a Facebook bio.
That's
quite fun, isn't it?
maybe a headline, EP title, maybe?
Rebellious teens of the coast.
You think about it, the most punk thing to come from the North Coast. Like,
Yeah. We will conform to your punk music. We've totally flipped it on everyone.
Hell yeah.
So favourite song by yourselves?
Oh,
I will just go
narcissism.
first. You go first.
So much pressure. I can't say all of them.
I think I know your answer.
Well, are you going to say...
Oh,
Are you?
well, no, you said it. I'm hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll say a different one. I like Rare Candy.
Cool.
I got through the music video for that and I had so much fun with it. I think the track's really catchy and fun.
Working out hard. It makes it look nostalgic.
Yeah, it was an experience.
For me, it's This Is Not the End. It's the last track off our next record. We've released it before as like a single at one point. We reworked it and it's on the new record. And I don't know why, it's sort of
Really fresh. I don't know how to...
that whole summer we release a track every week, and that was the last one for that summer. So I don't know, maybe your like our writing skills were honed and just came out real epic. What would you say?
I'm gonna throw a curveball here.
Alright.
I'm gonna go with was one of the last summer singles. I'm gonna say "Shake Like Thunder."
Oh,
I really
that was
like that song.
Nice. My brother loves that as
No
well.
one knows that one.
Like, I remember the first time I heard it, I was just like, they've done it. They've done it.
Cut it, guys. We did it. We made it. It's not.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
no
for
problem.
having
Thanks for having
us. Very fun.
That's awesome.